everyone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our platform, Relationship Matters. Relationship Matter is a platform where we talk about everything to do with relationship, with marriages. Okay, and as we say, always is a platform we give advice about things that can affect our marriages, how we can avoid those things. Very important. That's why prevention is better than cure. Now, our motto is the same. The success of any marriage depends on three things. Number one, you to work on yourself to be the right person for your spouse. Number two, the success depends on you learning to know, to understand, to discover, and eventually you will love the person that God has given to you. The third one is the success of any relationship depends on you working hard on your marriage. Okay, so those three golden keys are the one that will sustain your marriage forever. Now, we have been dealing on the subject of the habits that we do that can destroy our marriage. Just remember, we are husband and wife coming from different family background. So we have different attitude. But there are certain attitudes, certain habits that we have that if care is not taken, we bring them into a marriage and will ruin our marriage. And those habits can even destroy even the most strongest marriage. If we don't take care, those habits can destroy everything. So far, we have spoken about or we have talked about the habits that women do that also affect the marriage. Now, today we talk about the habits that men do that also can affect the marriage. So, as you can see, men and women, we are almost the same. There are certain general that we do are almost the same, but there are specific things that we do, men, that can are specific to men. Okay, and there are also things that are specific to women. So let us look at the things that men usually do and that can really affect their relationship. What are those things? Well, the first thing, the big one, is the lack of responsibility. The first habit that really can destroy any marriage, even the strongest marriage, is when the man behaves in an irresponsible way. So irresponsibility is a killer to any marriage. It's a habit that my brothers, my friend, if you are listening to me as a man, if you don't take responsibility in your house, well, I will tell you that marriage will suffer. Because women usually, regularly, or if I can say, they want to see a man that is in charge because you are the head of that family, you are the head of that house, you are the captain of the house. Therefore, a woman is your first child, is your firstborn. She's looking onto you, just like a child. When you look onto you, say, Daddy, Daddy, the child is looking onto you for kind of responsibility to take charge, to take control. Such is a woman. When your woman sees that the husband is responsible, taking his responsibility as a husband, as the head of the house, is there for everything. Is there to do everything to provide for the house, work for the family, he provide for the family, he takes care of the bills, take care of everything. So in one word, is in charge, really in control. That is the woman, she found herself that she is secure. When she found that the husband is responsible, is a sign of security. She know that she is secure. She is under the wings of a big an eagle. He's covering her. That's what the woman is looking for. But when a woman sees that the husband is not responsible, is not really taking, is not pulling his weight as a man, is frustrated, is frustrating. Very soon, those type of women, they will not like to be in that marriage, believe me, because they will not be happy in their heart. They will not just be saying that, look at my husband, he's not responsible, he's not doing everything. A matter of fact, I'm the one doing this, I'm the one doing that. Then what is the point of me being in that marriage? Can you see? So therefore, if you really want your marriage to be strong, if you really want your marriage to last longer, my brothers, men, I will say to you, show a sign of responsibility. Take your responsibility as a man very soon. Even if your marriage has been wobbling, begin to make a U-turn. Look down on yourself. Am I being responsible here? Am I really taking the leading figure? Am I really leading the family as it is? Take a self-examination, deep examination. Look at what you are doing. You will find out that maybe that is the problem. If you can address that problem, it will turn your marriage around. So that's the first thing. Lack of responsibility can be a killer to a marriage. It's a bad habit So please try to address the issue if that is the problem. Therefore, the second thing goes on itself is when what? Lacking to provide the need for the kids. That is a big issue. I can guarantee you that many marriages are going to problem because of, again, lack of responsibility for the man in the area of taking care of the kids. When in the marriage that have been there for 5 years, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and you already have children in the house, you have kids, okay? Therefore, you are the head of the house, okay? So again, you are the one taking responsibility of the children. Now, when all the load is coming to the wife. She's the one taking care. She's alone, taking care of the children, taking care of the children for this, for that. She's the mom. She's the wife. She's going to work, and all of this load comes upon her shoulder. No woman would like to be in that type of house. No woman will be happy to be in that type of marriage. Believe me, very soon that marriage will have problems. So therefore, my advice is this: try to show responsibility concerning the need for the kids. Yes, you must be there for the children. Remember that the child cost now is very high. Buying for the clothes, for food, for preschool fees, school fee, colleges, all of those things. You must be there as a dad to take control of this. If you do that, your wife will look unto you that, yes, I have a husband. My husband is the one taking care of my children. She will be calling you daddy of the house. Believe me, it does not matter which country it is, which race it is, black, white, Asian. All the women are the same. They want a man who provide for the needs of the kids. Okay, if you are not there for your children, the children, for instance, if your children become teenagers, very soon those children, if they don't see also a father head figure in the house, the father is not taking his responsibility, those children are likely to fall into wrong hands, join gangs. Girls can become prostitutes and things like that. So really, and when a woman sees that, she's thinking about the future of her children. She's thinking about, okay, what will happen to her children? My husband is not taking care of the children. He's not providing for the children. He's not buying. He's not taking care of the children. Everything is me, 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 me. My brother, it will be a miracle for that marriage to stand longer. If the wife at all is staying in that marriage, maybe just for the figure that I'm here for the children, because if I'm not here, the children will suffer. You see? Therefore, as a husband, if you want that marriage to stand strong, I will say, look again on your responsibility as a father to provide for the needs of the kids. Okay? That is second things here. A lot of marriages have been going through problems because the wife is not happy that my husband is not taking care of the kids, and it's a bad habit. So if that is one of the habits that you have been doing, or you have been spending your money for unnecessary things outside the house, I will say to you that will have a major impact into your relationship. So it's a bad habit. So my brother, a man, I will say to you, look onto it and address the issues. You will enjoy your marriage. Okay. The third thing, the habit that men have also that can ruin your marriage is what? Is failure to be a caring partner. Failure to be a caring partner can be an issue. Now, let me explain to you what does that mean. Women always, as I said to you, women are like your wife is your first child, if your firstborn, is your first daughter in the house. She's looking up to you as this is my husband. Okay, she's looking for somebody who will be there for her. Somebody can be helping her in any situation. That's what you are looking for. You're looking for a man who can do a bit of sacrifice to help her there and there when she's in need. Okay, so you should always be available to offer her some any kind of assistance. Okay, it can be maybe she's not feeling well. You'll be the first there to show some kind of care. Oh, what are you having? Oh, she's not feeling well. You should be there for her. She's having something. You should be there for her. She's looking for somebody who can be showing that type of care when she needs it. It's a good habit to always showing care to your wife. She is your firstborn. She is the source of your joy and happiness and stability in that marriage, you see. The more you pay attention to her, the more you are caring, showing kind of care for her, That shows that you are really there for her. You appreciate her being around. You are taking care of her like a flower. That is very important. You see, they are looking for a man who can pamper them, a man who will be there for them at all times. You see, so be ready to do little sacrifices for your partner to provide things that can make her happy. Remember that caring attitude. Those are the things you were doing when you were still dating. You remember when you are still dating or you were still fresh in that marriage because you wanted to woo her. Those are the things that should show in you that you are a caring partner. You are showing love. Apart from love, you are be there to really show human love, kind of helping her for make petty things. Those are the things that make her to really pay attention to you. Those are the things that make her to marry you. Now that she's in your house, now that you have been living together, those things you should continue to do them. Be real. Be real. Show your caring attitude towards your wife, towards your wife. You find out that she will love you more. And that type of marriage will last longer. Now, in the opposite, if there is a lack of that caring attitude from you, and she's not getting anything from you. When she's not feeling well, you don't care about that. You're only about you. I mean, that woman will not really have good feeling towards you. Okay, I witnessed some marriages like that when the husband is not really caring for the wife. The only thing he cares about is himself, his own satisfaction. Even can you imagine the woman was not feeling well, and the poor woman was there, she having fever. The man is coming, he said, "No, I want to make love with the wife." Now, what type of heart is that? And the woman was she was not happy. She was complaining that look at this man, the only thing he knows about himself, he wants to satisfy himself, is a bad habit. And that comes from men. If you were the one who were not feeling well, the woman could have been there for you, could have been doing tea for you, coffee, try to massage you, try to do things like that. That is how women, their heart are. But men, some men have like that, but some is a bad habit to not caring for your partner. If your partner is feeling well, your partner needs your attention, your partner needs maybe a little thing to go to the market, to do things like that, to lift something heavy, to do things that work. So anything that you need, just try to be ready to make little sacrifices for your partner. That will make her happy. Then we should know that I have somebody who cares for me. If there's anything happens, I know my husband will always be there for me. Try to put her in the center of your attention. Very important. If you do that, your marriage will be strong. Your woman will be happy with you. She'll always be looking to you. But if this is a problem you have been having, I will say to you, try to look into it again. Okay? The next thing that leads us nicely toward failing to provide the need for your spouse. That's also a habit that men have that can also be very bad for the marriage. Now, women like men who pampers them, okay? And they always, as I said before, they look onto you as a man. So it's very important that time to time you provide for her. Time to time you make her the center of your joy. That is a big habit, a good habit. When you make her the center of your joy, you provide for her. Try to raise her standard. That's right. Try to raise her standard the way maybe she present herself among her friends. Because sometimes your woman have friends. Okay. Now, when she's in the midst of her friend, she looks very shabby. She looks very kind of the standard, the way she's standing, the way she's dressing, the way she's is not up to the standard of her friends, and our friend looks completely different. But you see, we always say that the honor of a man is when the woman looks better, when the woman it looks radiant. When the woman is okay, they say, yes, the man is taking care of the woman. And that when the woman is like that, she always say, oh, it's my husband, bought this for my husband. That is good for you. It make your wife to love you more. But the habit, some men, they have a habit, they spend only on themselves. They don't really spend much on their wife. Yes, she may be working, but she may not be earning a lot than you, but she's still looking onto you as a man. Therefore, the good habit is try to raise her status, the status of your wife, the way she dresses, the way she carries herself before her friend, and that's very, very important. If you fail to do that, believe you me, it can lead to some. I've witnessed such type of things whereby a marriage have problem because the wife is not satisfied that the husband is not taking care of her. The husband is not really buying anything for her. The husband is not really looking to her. It's just about himself. And when a woman is in that corner and she's moving with friends who are better off, it takes the heart of a woman who's really have a heart that no, this is my husband. Otherwise, very soon that woman will start looking somewhere else. And that is one of the things that can destroy marriages, believe me. When she sees her friends are okay, she says everything, but she doesn't have anything to show. But as we always say, for we who are believers, we say that faith comes by hearing the word of God. So the more you are hearing the word of God, the more your faith grow. Now imagine also fear comes by hearing the negative word. The more you are hearing negative word, the more fear also grows. The same thing. If your wife is moving with friends, she keep on hearing word that, oh, my husband did this for my husband, but she's not really getting that from her husband. Very soon that wife can easily be enticed away, can easily should fall in the wrong hand, believe me. So my advice is, if it is in habit that you are not be really providing for your wife, you are not really meeting her basic needs, for instance, buying clothes for her, shoes for her, bags for her, makeup for her, underwear for her, things like that. My friend, if that is something you are not be doing, begin to do that. There will be a change in the way your wife will start looking onto you. If you can start doing this thing, you start providing for her, the love she has for her will completely grow, will grow. I mean, you will not believe it. You make a U-turn. But if you keep on not providing for her, you are in the risk of losing her. Believe me. And mostly if your wife is a pretty woman, is a good looking woman, she goes to work, she goes somewhere else, they look at her, but you are such a beautiful wife. Why are you like that? The more she hearing those compliments towards her, the more she begin to see that you are not up to her standard. You see, she will begin to see that this man I have, I don't think he really value me. I don't think he really knows my standard. And believe me, that can lead to problem. That can lead to friction. You may lose her if care is not taken. And you are yourself to blame because you have a gold in your hand, but you didn't take care of that gold. Even if you don't have money, but at least if you can manage to provide the little that she needs, that is a good habit that will sustain your marriage. But not providing for her needs is a bad habit that will bring friction into that marriage. So, another thing we can come closer to it is what? Lack of attention. Is closer to that. It's closer to not providing for her needs. But another habit that men do is when men don't pay attention to their wives. Now, what is attention? Paying attention in is when you notice something, it attracts your mind. You say, oh, look at this situation. It's calling to your interest. It's calling you to intervene to change it. That is paying attention. Paying attention to your wife is like you are interested to her well-being. You are interested to her the way she behaves. You are interested, as I said before, to provide for her. You make her the center of your happiness, the center of your joy. So anytime you say, oh, it's my wife, it's my wife. So she becomes like the center of your everything in the house. That is paying attention to your wife. Women usually, most men, we pay attention more to our jobs, to our businesses, to our working partner, or to our business partners, things like that. It is good because that is our source of income. We want to bring money in the house. But equally, find a time to pay attention to your wife. Find a time to listen to your wife. Find a time don't allow phone or friends or things like that to divert your attention. It's very destroying. It can destroy your marriage. I witnessed marriage whereby the woman complained, and that is real. The woman complained that when my husband, when he comes home, every time he's on the phone with his friend, he's talking to his friend. I don't have any time to talk to him. He finishes, goes out, and he goes to his business. When he comes home, I don't even have a time. He don't even talk to me too much. I don't even know what he's doing. Things like that. Yeah, there's money, but you see, she's lacking that human feeling. She's lacking that human attention. Money may be there, but what she needs is you more. You see, it is a time where if you pay attention to your wife, you sit down with her, let her pour her heart to you, let her talk about her needs, everything. That is very important. But if you are not paying attention to your wife, that can that can be a big killer into the house, because really it looks like you are two strangers in the house. It looks like you are just pulling your, you are going this way, I'm going this way. There's no really unity in that house, and that is a bad habit. Not paying attention to your wife can be very, very costly for any marriage. I would advise you, man, please begin to pay attention to your wife. Begin to listen to her. Begin to pay little detail. Look at her little details, her needs. What does she need? Things like that. Make time just to listen to her. And to finish it up today, because of time, we conclude with poor communication in the house is a bad habit. Men have that habit. They don't really pay too much attention to listen to their wife, as I was saying before. Now, just remember that communication is the foundation of the joy of your marriage, because communication is the time when you really open up to each other. It is the time where your husband or your wife, mostly your wife, will come to you. She will tell you her worries, her fears, and things like that. But if you don't communicate with her, she can even have some ideas, suspicious ideas, which are not true. But because you are not communicating with her, you are actually creating an environment whereby those type of suspicion will continue to grow. You see, for instance, you are going to work, you come back from work, you are busy. She may be thinking, my husband always comes late. Maybe having an affair outside, maybe having this. You see, she has suspicious ideas. But because you don't communicate with her, because you don't have time to explain to her, those suspicions will grow, it become a problem in the house. And the reason when she open up her heart, she begins to tell you, look, you did this, you did it. You say, but no, I never done that. But because you don't communicate with her, that is a bad habit. You are creating an atmosphere of suspicion. And that lack of communication is one of the big killer of any marriage, even one of the strongest marriage. If two spouses don't communicate, that can be very difficult for that marriage to stand strong. So this is another habit that men have. Yes, women talk a lot. Men may not talk a lot, but try to find the time to pay attention, to listen to her, and find the time to always share with her. So tonight we stop here. This was mostly addressed to men. So women, maybe you have been listening to her, your husband not around, trying to tell him to listen to those things. Maybe they can help. Okay. And so we talk about number one, being irresponsible is a big killer for the marriage, is an habit. Number two, not caring for the kids is a big habit. Number three, not paying attention to your wife. Number four, not being a caring partner. Number five, lack of attention to your partner. And the last one we talk about, lack of communication. Those are habits that men display that can really affect their marriages. Now, as we always say, these are just advices we give to everyone to listen to them. Perhaps these are one of the things you have been doing, and my advice is stop doing those things, and you will see a big change in your marriage. You will see that this thing will begin to solidify your marriage, and we can only bring positive things into your marriage. Your marriage will stand stronger, and you will live longer together. So we stop that there tonight. We continue next week, still on the second part of the habits that men do that can ruin their marriages. So for the now, if you like this video, please share it with your friends, okay? And we'll see you again next week's Monday, 8 p.m. British time. For the now, stay blessed. See you again. Bye bye.